Hello Rovers, and welcome back to another account review. Today we are reviewing Riku's account. Yeah, you are 80, so I'm expecting good things from the account. Oh, we're right in front of a Kurosaurus. I guess it's fine, it's not aggro. Let's see, you have Tower and Wuwa all good as well. So, I do believe this is going to be another account show off. Right, let's see what you have to show off then. Or let's see what you want me to look at. First things first already, we are seeing pretty healthy HP on Cartesia. Pretty good energy regen, pretty good crit, and pretty good crit damage as well. Crit rate and damage are all good. R1, S0, R1 probably. S2, R1. Okay, that's... Well, with S2, you certainly do not need Rover at all. S2 is the one that increases the max stack limit of Aero Erosion. So yeah, with S2 Cartesia, you no longer have a need for Aero Rover. Do you still need Chakona for S2? Yes, you do. Yeah, on S3, where she's able to inflict the Aero Erosion stacks by herself, with her Fleur-de-Lis mode, you wouldn't need Chakona at all. In this one, you would probably still need a bit of Chakona to help you manage your Aero Erosion stacks. Okay, let's look at... This is 4-5. This is 4-5. 4-5. 4-5 and 4-5. Pretty good. 4-5s across the board. Yeah, okay, yeah. Pretty... We are looking at pretty good echoes already. Chakona. Chakona is... Maybe attack is a little bit on the low side, but sure. Energy regen, more than enough. Good crit rate, good crit damage. Woodland area. Okay, 3-5. 3-5. Oh, so you have all the energy regen rolls in the world. 4-5. 4-5. And 4-5. I would say given your low attack, and if you do want to rework, like if you ever do want to min-max on your Cartesia Chakona team, the one you want to relook at is very possibly the Hurry Claw, because your energy regen is more than enough. So for Chakona, Chakona needs around 130% energy regen, and that's enough. With your 148 energy regen is a bit of an overkill. Honestly, you can look for double crit and another stat. You don't need that energy regen, it's overkill already. So essentially it becomes an effective 2-5 instead right now for you, because you have too much energy regen. And the reason why I say we work on the Hurry Claw, because crit rate, lowest roll when compared to the Sagittario. This is the second lowest, and your energy regen here is also higher. This one also has a flat attack, while compared to your Hurry Claw is just nothing. That's if you really want to min-max, otherwise it's okay. 36k, 257 energy regen, a little bit on the overcap, but I guess that's fine. Very good crit damage as well. Stellar Symphony. Oh, okay. So this is going to be a crit damage DPS Shopkeeper build. We are looking at 2-5, 3-5. This is 3-5. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, 3-5 and 2-5. I would say that if you really want to build damage Shopkeeper, right, then you should want to go all the way, all in on damage Shopkeeper. Don't do it like half-baked like that. So for example, for me, if I want to do damage Shopkeeper, I will use crit damage and a spectral damage 3 cost. But if you want to stack HP, then just... Like if you want healing, then you just stack HP, because HP allows your Shopkeeper to tank a few more hits. Like at 50k HP, your Shopkeeper can technically tank 2 hits from the hologram. For your Shopkeeper, I would say that you only want to min-max her if you have no one else to work on. And if you do want to min-max her, definitely... Actually, this is a 1-5, but I see it's a 2-5. You want to rework on this one, because Shopkeeper doesn't need crit rate, so this is a 1-5. And lowest roll crit damage. I would say Shopkeeper is probably like one of your last priority, because even if you like really min-max Shopkeeper's damage, best she's going to do is around between 50k to 60k or 70k, I guess, if you really push it. My Shopkeeper, I just built her HP, and I'm perfectly fine with HP Shopkeeper. Just give me all the tank and healing that I need. Good enough. S1 Shopkeeper, that's what you like to see. And if you all didn't know already, S1 Shopkeeper allows you to fight bosses that love to fly around the whole map. Essentially, you will still gain the buff of her ult while you are outside of the visual range of her ult, because the effective range of healing and buff is extended by a lot. Duration is also extended by 10 seconds, so if the boss is constantly attacking you, your rotation will be slightly longer, and if you're at S0, the ult will be over and Shopkeeper can't do her special intro. But with this one, high chance that you can still get Shopkeeper's special intro off. And more importantly, intro skill discernment no longer ends the existing stellar realm. What that means is that you can also do quick swaps in between while the gold stellar realm is still there. Brenna, pretty good crit, double crit Brenna. Energy regen is also looking quite okay. Attack quite okay. S0R1, yes, S0R1. Kurosaurus, very good looking Kurosaurus. This is a 4-5, 3-5, 3-5, 4-5, and 3-5. Quite a few low rolls here and there, but overall, all these 3-5s are all 3-5s and 4-5s are all coming together pretty nicely. Yeah, this one is very good. They are low rolling quite a number of things as well. If I were you, right, I will probably re-roll this one, cause this is essentially almost a 2-5. Do you have children? No, you don't. Okay, fine. Then this is maybe 2.5 with the lowest roll heavy attack damage bonus. So if you do want to min-max Galbrenna, probably rework on this one. This one, second lowest roll. This one, mid-low roll. This one, lowest roll. All three low rolls in one echo. You're probably on that level where you can start to try to min-max your echoes already. So this is probably something you want to look into. Then for the rest, I think you want to leave the rest as they are. If you can though, try to get attack percentage here so that you can further buff your attack stats over here. Alternatively, if you want to gamble a bit more, there's also the crit damage stat possible, like crit damage 4 cost. While with a crit damage 4 cost, your crit rate is lower because this set gives additional 20% crit rate. It kind of is possible. So that's up to you. For me, I prefer to have more crit rate and I'm not using with Shopkeeper. That's why I'll be using crit rate. If you're using with Shopkeeper, you could potentially consider crit damage as well, which will really buff. Yeah, stats look good. Overall, just low rolls, man. The low rolls, once again, the low rolls are hurting. Your 6.3 crit rate, Augusta. Man, get off of that. If someone manages to have all 6.3 on all 5 echoes, right? I think they will take over your position as the deal with the devil. You don't think no one will? Is too rare of a breed. This amount of energy regen is fine if you're using, with the main DPS rotation. With sub DPS rotation, because it's a lot shorter, you'll need a 130% energy regen. So if you're doing main DPS rotation with that's fine. So if you're doing main DPS rotation with I would expect you to either have Verity's Handle or, signature weapon, which you do have Verity's Handle. Okay, nice. 3-5, 3-5, 3-5, 4-5, and 4-5. Overall, pretty good looking. Pretty good looking. These are the kind of echoes that I dislike working with because it's going to be so hard to min-max already. This one's as good as it gets. This one is probably also as good as it gets. This one also quite hard to get even better ones. This one also. And this one maybe not, since you also need that energy regen. Although this is lowest and second lowest roll. So unless you have nothing else to work on, then you can maybe look at the Lady of the Sea. Let's see if you have anything else here. Sierra Gill is nothing. Okay. Dust of Welkin. Man, you could have had a 4-5 here as well. But I don't think you have anything else here for anyways. Okay, interesting choice. But yeah, I think if you ever do want to rework on echoes, it's probably just the Lady of the Sea and then you want to leave it be already until or unless you have a lot of resources to rework on the other echoes. Like for example, maybe you want to relook into getting more crit rate over here, and maybe like energy regen, but it's going to be very difficult. Just a fair warning, it's going to be very difficult. Wow, this Augusta has a lot of crit rate. The attack seems quite okay, I guess. Good amount of energy regen, 130% is all that she needs. 129, just a bit below, that's fine. Crit damage a little bit on the low side. Okay, it's a 4-5 false sovereign crit rate. Oh wait, S. Why do you have what the hell is this? Why is this not activated? Hello? Okay, now this makes sense. This makes sense. Please do actually activate this so that the overcrit will work. Okay, anyways, 4-5, 3-5, 3-5, 3-5, and 4-5. Okay, yeah, pretty good stats overall. This is very nice looking. Don't think I have anything for your Augusta other than pretty well built overall. And then yes, you got all max. So this will be a technical S2R1 Augusta with whatever reason you don't want to activate that. Moving on to Lupa. 2.2k attack. Energy regen, enough. Crit rate, damage, okay. Wildfire Monk. Okay, this is a 3-5. 4-5. 3-5. 4-5. Ooh, this is a... Okay, this is a whoa, what the fuck moment right here. This is the 21%, 10.5% beauty. Absolutely beautiful echo right here. This is the rarest breed of echo you ever find. Oh my god. I'm actually tearing up from seeing this. Oh, glorious. So hello Rick. You are hiding this legendary echo from us. Yeah, technically you could put this on Gyarena. No, but they did the tree like this, so it's not going to go onto Gyarena. Also, I have a question for you. Why are your Augusta sequences not activated? You just wanted to show that you can still use and play her even without her sequence. What a mad lad. Pulling for sequences and then building for S2, but playing as an S0R1. What an actual mad lad. You're not even using a crit damage false sovereign. Bro's playing long game. It'll take him 3 years to activate just one of them. You'll probably just activate it by now, to be honest. I'll let you do the honors of activating your own Augusta, because that's something that should be... That's a decision that should be done by you. But yeah, this is truly a whoa, what the fuck moment. And to think that it's also a 4-5 echo. It's not just like only double crit, it's a 4-5 echo. Beautiful. 3-5. But yeah, honestly, your Lupa echoes are hella cracked. Like by hella cracked, I mean very cracked as well. Oh, wait, S1 Lupa? Wow. You have 20% Lupa's crit rate already at 95.5% crit rate. I've never seen someone who's so afraid to not crit. Honestly, I would say if I were to sum it for you right now, your units are looking pretty good. I guess for you right now, you're in the realm of whether you want to min-max your echoes. So instead of like, because all your echoes are very good already compared to the average player. So now you'll be in the realm of min-maxing your echoes, where you probably want to aim for like more 4-5s, maybe 5-5s if you get lucky. I gotta get those numbers up for his support now and get one pretty good echo in the future. But I guess my biggest question for you is, I guess it's like, why do you like building double tree cores like this? Because what happens, right, is that making double tree cores like this makes it very difficult for you to min-max in the future. So for example, if let's say you want to min-max your Brenna, and then so your one cores here are great, but then it could be even better if you use Lupa's one cores in flaming claw print. Like Lupa's one cost over here. This one, which is 4-5. What can happen, right, is that you are using this one because Lupa will be the one doing the most damage, right? Instead it will be your Brand or your Galbrena. So what's gonna happen is you have one free cost in the flaming claw print, one cost in the flaming claw print, and it makes it so much easier for you to interchange between someone you already have. So I guess that's something that's like a food for thought you can entertain. That's an idea you can entertain in the future when you build more 2-piece, 3-piece resonators so that you have more options to work with. But yeah, I mean, these echoes are pretty good. These echoes are pretty good. It's just that it becomes a lot harder to min-max. Okay, moving on to Brent. Brent, whoa, this energy regen spicy, 270%. I like it. 82.9% crit rate, also very, very good, and also very good crit damage. Hey, R1, is it S0? S0 R1. Looking pretty good. Oh, beautiful. Another 4-5. That's what you like to see. Another 4-5. That's what you like to see. 3-5. 3-5 and 4-5. Beautiful. Okay. And yeah, because you have Lupa, therefore double energy works better on Brent. I have nothing to say for Brent. Like, actually nothing to say for Brent. It looks amazing. Amazing. If you do ever want to min-max, this particular Chop Chop is probably the one. Cause the only black sheep here is the 6.3 crit rate, honestly. That's the only so-called nitpick I can do for your Brand Echoes. That's how good your Brand Echoes are. Carlotta has, I guess the attack is a little bit on the lower end. The crit rate looks okay, pretty good. Crit damage is also pretty good. Energy regen is, with Judge, is perfectly fine. Last Dance, R1. Oh, we're looking at 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, and 4-5. Except that you only have one single attack percentage roll. But yeah, I think you probably don't want to do anything for Carlotta already. It's as good as it gets. Until you want to min-max on your Carlotta. Otherwise, I think it's as good as it gets. Okay, S1. Now moving on to Xiang Liyao. Oh yeah, because Xiang Liyao is sharing his weapon. Do you still use Xiang Liyao? I guess not as often anymore. Okay, 69.8, pretty good crit rate, pretty good crit damage, energy regen. I feel like he may need a little bit more energy regen. I guess if you are able to quick swap with Xiang Liyao, it's perfectly fine. So you're not using Xiang Liya anymore. Xiang Liya has been relegated to the sides, although he still has pretty good echoes. Another 21%, that's what you like to see. So 3-5s and 4-5s across the board again for Xiang Liao, even though you no longer use him. Yeah, that's pretty good. But since you no longer use him, we shall not talk about him. Okay, S0R1. Judge is, the stats are all looking quite good. Let me guess. You are going to use Empyrean Anthem. Yeah, Empyrean Anthem. Okay. Ooh. 5-5. 3-5. 4-5. 3-5 and 4-5. Yeah, the more crit rate you have with Zhe, the better it is. Because you will be able to keep your Empyrean Anthem uptime much more consistently unless you get very, very unlucky. Like how some people get non-crits on 90% crit rate Jinxies. So if that doesn't happen to you, I guess that's perfectly fine. You got your crit rate down to the T. Changli, pretty good attack. Energy regen, crit rate, crit damage are looking pretty good. Blazing Brilliance, okay. So that's S0R1. This is 3-5, 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, and 4-5. Pretty good 4-5 across the board. Yeah, okay. Yeah, pretty good. I think if you ever like do want to rework on anything, it's definitely not Changli. Changli is quite good already. Going to be very, very hard to min-max Changli anyways. And Jinxie with 2.5k attack. I guess way too much energy regen. You don't need that much. Crit rate is on the low side because why did Ages of Harvest on Kyaucharo? I guess this goes to show how long you've never used Jinxie already. right? You haven't used Jinxie in a long, long time. Yeah, okay, 71%. Now this, I guess this looks more like it's 71,285. You like to play Calcharo on lower floors? Damn, okay. Got a Calcharo enjoyer here. Alright. 3-5, 4-5. Ooh, this is a 5-5. Yo, what the hell? Double 21% crit damage on Jinxie? That's actually impressive. Mad impressive. And then there's 3-5. Your Jinxie echoes are also pretty good. Not gonna lie. It's just that there is quite the lack of resonance skill. And I would say that Jinxie doesn't really need a lot of energy regen. Man, these guys with the echoes are not using her. The echoes are for display only. He absorbed everyone's Jinxie's luck and just like, okay, I'm content with having this 21%, and no one shall have them. I mean, if you're not really using Jinxie, I won't really talk much about her other than to rework on this echo. You don't need that much energy regen to begin with, but I don't think you're using Jinxie now, so just leave her be then. Use her keyword previously. Ringmaster, everyone's favorite, and it's also the rectifier that I do not have. Lol. Oh, 85% crit rate, all the more better with Yinlin's Imperial Anthem. Surely you will get the buff up every time, right? And this can be a technical 5-5 because Yinlin uses a Deliberation. 4-5 and 3-5 and 3-5. Wait, no, 4-5. Yeah, 15 crit passive with hard carry. Yeah. 85, you see this 85 perfectly on the dot. And then this one, 15, perfect 100. It's a perfect 100. So unless they mess up their rotation, right, by not using the resonance skill for some reason, the perfect 100 is just like 100% uptime. But then even without the resonance skill, the uptime is almost 100%. Leave your Yinlin echoes as they are. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Imperial Anthem, perfect. Okay, Calcharo with Ages of Harvest. S1 Calcharo. I mean, we've seen Xiang Yao's echoes. Pretty much the same on Calcharo. Verena, 230, more than 200% energy regen, perfection right here. And it's all that you need. Variation, R5 variation. Some people are gonna be real jealous of your R5 variations. Okay, yeah, fallacy of no return. I guess we don't really need to talk about anything for Verena. Aish. The next one to look forward to is S2 Verena, and then you get a huge power spike in terms of rotation. Okay, Verena looking pretty good. Encore. Are you using Encore? Let's see. Probably like when you need to do this, huh? Otherwise, not really. Used to use Encore? Yeah, I guess as much. Not anymore. Okay. Then moving on to Aero Rover. Aero Rover with Patetia Steam when you need to, otherwise not really. And you're using Windward Pilgrimage. Perfect. Wow. This is a 4-5. 3-5. 4-5. 3-5 and 3-5. Okay. I would say Rover would be on your last priority list to min-max. So unless you have like literally no one else left to min-max, then you want to min-max Rover. And considering how everyone else is like quite well built, maybe you can consider, or maybe you just want to consider min-maxing your other resonators up here even further beyond. That's honestly up to you already. It's your account is quite good already. I'll put your account as very good. So there's like the standard, the good, and the very good. And you belong to one of those few that are very good. And I'm working on Garena min-max, or yeah, that's perfectly valid. That's perfectly valid. Nothing much to talk about Rover other than this one. Then all good. Sanhua is Emerald of Genesis. Interesting. Even R5 Emerald of Genesis. Well, with how do I even put it? With how well built everyone is, maybe we will actually see an invested Moonlit B5. 3-5, 4-5, 3-5, and 3-5. This is actually quite an invested Mullet. Bro gonna build on her, you with 2 piece, and Bell from Mullet. Hey, it works. Pretty good. The Sanhua even has pretty good Mullet set. That's impressive. But I don't think you'll be using Sanhua in any of these teams anyways. So, well, Rip. Why do you have Baizhi at level 80 after Sanhua the rest not built? My only question is why do you have Baizhi at level 80? Why? Don't use Baizhi anymore. I mean, even then and again, you don't really need to use Baizhi anyways. All in all, pretty good. It's a pretty good account. So this is an example of an account that's reached very good build across all their resonators and now has entered the phase of min-maxing. So yes, this is like the standard after a good account where you try to min-max all your echoes across whoever. Then when it comes to min-maxing echoes, it becomes a lot harder because you're actually looking to work with like things like 3-5s and 4-5s. Then you will have to start thinking about what you want. So for example, like this right here, 3-5 and 3-5 and 3-5 and 4-5 and 4-5 becomes way harder to min-max. However, one key thing to note is that when you want to min-max, you don't just go and look at and be like, oh, this crit damage is shit. Okay, I'll just throw it out. No, because you also want to look at the flat attack. Flat attack also does help in the damage, and also you can think of it as flat attack as an effective stat. Yeah, it's very hard to get better shit than what you have because these 2-4-5s are quite good already, and then you are only limited to gusts of Welkin aero damage bonuses only, so it becomes way harder. So if let's say right, you open up the chance for you to like look into aero damage bonus over here. So you do a 3-1 and then you will be able to work on other gusts of Welkin 1 cost as well. That's what you're missing out on. Alternatively, you could also you could also just steal Chikona's 4-5 and place it on Yuno. Those are the things that once again this double 3 cost on the 2-piece set is denying you from. And then the other thing is like, for example, if let's say this overcap on the energy vision, right, like Chikona, then this is where you want to look at how your energy vision becomes sort of a dead stat. So for Chikona, 130% energy vision is enough. So anything more than that, it becomes sort of like a dead stat. So if we were to look at Hurry Claw now, it will become a 2-5 instead of a 3-5, and then this one, Sagittarius, becomes a 2-5 instead of a 3-5. I mean a 3-5 instead of a 4-5. But because it has one extra flat attack stat here, and also because this is slightly better looking than the Hurry Claw, that's where you want to min-max the Hurry Claw. That's the standard of the count and things you want to consider when min-maxing later on. I don't think you need me to go through anything for you, right? Like, you don't need me to showcase any rotations for your teams. Plus, you're already doing fine as you are. Like your tower adversity. I mean, let me go and be a busybody real quick. Let me just go and see who you cleared what with. Okay, interesting team choice. Okay, yeah, this is also this is like the pretty standard team choice, and this is a very interesting team choice. Okay, yeah, looking great. Yeah, because you're literally like complete with everything. So honestly, at this point for you, min-max, playing around after completing it. Fair. Yeah, okay, yeah, you got everything. You see? Once again, this goes to show Plunderer's Captain Seal. If anyone is still not convinced, Plunderer's Captain Seal is the way to go. All the healing that you need. Okay, pretty good. Looking pretty good. And so that's for Rick's account review. Hopefully you've learned something from it. And Rick, later on when you see the video, I guess you see the stuff that I talked about earlier on the stream as well. I've also summarized quite a bit halfway through when you join. But yeah, if I missed out anything, I guess the video will show you. Anyways, for the rest of you, I hope you learned something and enjoyed it as well. Hopefully the rest of you enjoyed it and learned something from it. Happy gaming, Rovers, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. Goodbye.